possible.
当您需要帮助时，请联系乘务员。
Please contact flight attendants when you need help.
女士们、先生们，感谢您的关注，祝您旅途愉快。
In this video, I will briefly explain about the ascension process that we as twin flames go through along with our twin flame journey, which is of course a spiritual journey. I know many of you guys know about this, but remember that there are many people who are recently awakened to this twin flame journey. So this video is for those divine souls who are new to this twin flame journey. So let's begin. So first I want to tell you that ascension process is a process that takes place on our soul level, and in this process we expand our consciousness and we expand our energies to the higher levels, where we become the better version of our lower 3D self, we become a higher self of our lower self. Now what higher self is? Higher self is a consciousness of our being where we operate on the basis of love, whereas the lower self is a consciousness or is a place of lower realm of the consciousness where we operate on the basis of insecurity and fear. Now, if you are a twin flame and you believe that you are in a twin flame journey, then remember that you'll have to go through this process of ascension, and you'll have to shed your old self and you'll have to take a rebirth after your ego death. So what I'm going to do, I will tell you some of the symptoms that are the classic symptoms of this ascension process, and if you are going through these symptoms and you are experiencing all these signs, then know that you are not going through any mental disorder, or you are not suffering from any mental disease. Know that you are going through the ascension process, and it happens along with our twin flame journey. Every twin soul goes through this process. So now I will begin the symptoms that you are going through this process. So the very first sign is that you have started to see number synchronicities and number patterns, especially 1111. Not only 1111 but other numbers also, and you feel like these numbers are chasing you and following you everywhere. You see at the clock and you see that it's 1111 or any other number. You see these numbers on the license plates while traveling. You see them on receipts almost everywhere. So it means you are going through this ascension process. That's the very classic signs, one of the classic signs of the ascension process. Well, this next symptom, you experience it in the beginning of the ascension process, and it gets better, and it is the blurred vision. You often see a mist, and you kind of feel like there is a mist around you, in your room, and in the whole, you can say that the environment, so this blurred vision is a very major sign that you are going through the ascension process. And another major symptom is ringing in the left or right ear. You often, you know, you often experience a sharp ringing either in the left ear or in the right ear. That's also a sign that your ascension process is going on. Next symptom is that either you lose weight very fast or you gain it very fast, and you also experience sometimes that your heart is beating on a very fast pace, and sometimes you experience that your heart is beating on a very slow rhythm, so it also happens in the ascension process. Another symptom is that you feel like you are going through a depression or anxiety, and you feel like you are losing all your old beliefs, and it scares you, but it's very good sign, nothing to worry about. It means you are on the right path. Well, another sign is that you cannot sleep sound. It also happens in the ascension process. Your sleep patterns change. You often sleep in the evening or in the morning, but you stay woke at night. It also happens, So if you keep waking up during your sleep and you feel like you're not having that sound sleep that you used to have earlier, it means that you are going through the ascension process. Another symptom is that you often see scary dreams, but don't worry about that. It's a way of our subconscious mind, that it gets rid of our soul wounds in this way during our sleep. Not only the scary dreams, you also see the dreams where you feel the presence of your twin flame. So if you see this kind of dreams, you have this kind of dreams, it means you are going through the ascension process. This is also one of the classic symptoms of ascension process. Another physical symptom is that you shed your hair, and you shed a lot of them, and you also notice that color of your eyes and your hair has changed a bit. During ascension process, your eating habits also change, and you often start eating only vegetables or light food, light natural foods. So that's also a sign. So these are the symptoms or signs that I have briefly described. These are the signs and symptoms of ascension process that almost every twin soul goes through, but you can also experience some other signs and symptoms on individual level. So one more thing that I want to tell you, this ascension process does not keep happening for the rest of your life. Once you're ready to carry higher energies and operate from the higher consciousness, then you take a rebirth and you begin a very beautiful life, right? And one more thing, that this process is not only going on on individual levels, it's going on a much bigger level. In the whole planet it's happening. It's a process of aligning with the nature, with our true self, and almost every twin soul goes through it along with their twin flame journey, right? So I hope this video will help you guys to understand and will give you the clarity that you are going through an ascension process and not suffering from any kind of mental disorder. So love for all, and thank you for listening. I love you guys. Bye.
As soon as possible.
当您需要帮助时，请联系乘务员。
Please contact flight attendants when you need help.
女士们、先生们，感谢您的关注。